And many people believe they will win against America because we had experience, we are 10 times bigger army. No, this kind of similar thing never happen again.
So, is it true the Navy is against starting the war between the U.S. and the Navy, but Army is
Same.
Same. Okay. So
Right.
Japanese government did it.
Now it's doing the same thing.
So, but it's a matter of process. The way that basically people kind of the mind shifts, and then people first look at where the consensus lies. That's where they are taking reference from. They don't reflect on themselves first, like, okay, this is a ridiculous idea. No. Without putting it through your own mind, they basically look at, okay, where's the consensus, and they feel, oh, we can support it.
Recently, I know that some company invested $30 million for invest for some company in Southeast Asia, and actually they spend useless money. Nothing effective for that company. But I don't know how come they make investment $30 million. It's crazy. Very recently, and they hired accounting company, they hired lawyer office, they hired consulting company, but they cannot make judgment for make investment. Okay, the figure, what kind of figure do they have? What law is agreement? What kind of they can prepare, and the consulting company try to analyze that counterpart company's analysis. But how come they can get true figures? Who can evaluate this is the investor or not? They cannot. All the Japanese companies, this overseas is failed. Domestic is different. Domestic because they can get true information through many routes, right? Overseas they cannot. So always Japanese, they're repeating the same mistake. And World War II the same. That's the reason I'm studying World War II now, and I explain you Pearl Harbor and Midway operation. And I don't understand. Why I don't understand Imperial operation, why they did it. It's just crazy. I don't know why. The same thing. Sinclair, the same thing, right? Why they did it? Recently, one company invested $3 million to invest Asian company. Why the object? They very seriously to analyze, consider whether investment is right or not. But finally, they paid money.
Maybe it looked good on paper, and they thought, "Oh, this is the third largest market. We don't have a lot of foreign competition. Banzai!"
And then I just am consulting for the company, and they ask me the investment right or not. And I just contract is 1 hour, 20,000 yen. But kind of decision is only 30 minutes good enough. It means 10,000 yen.
Yeah.
Right?
So you mean,
It's value $1 million US dollar, but they don't pay 10,000.
Yeah, I found
They want to save 10,000.
Exactly.
Yeah, I found Tokuyama issue. $200 million is lost.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
really?
one. That one.
200
million US dollar.
US dollar.
Yeah. So they sold the factory to the Korean companies at a very cheap price.
Right. It's just like Kirin. They bought Shinkiryo for 4 billion, and they sold it for less than 2 in 3 years' time.
Oh.
They lost more than $2 billion US dollars.
Oh. Wow.
But I wonder, I don't think Kirin probably didn't. Did they use their own money to buy that factory?
No, I don't know.
Probably not, because otherwise they would not survive this year.
I don't know.
Or probably investors. It's, even a company like Kirin, they can't just afford $2 billion in losses.
I don't know.
I can't believe it.
So collectivism is pitfall. Pitfall is actually problem is nobody take responsibility.
Huh.
Okay. I'm going to lead the company. It's usually like a Uniqlo private-owned company. It might be they have leadership to organize their company, but normal company is collectivism. But it means nobody take responsibility.
But there are people, like for example, the people behind the decision to, let's say, to attack Pearl Harbor. They take responsibility for their actions or no? I mean, are they the ones that also commit suicide or no?
Just how to think, okay? And what is the definition of success? And who is going to leading what? What is the final objective? What is your goal? So kind of definition is like a leading person. His definition is this is success, he believed. But is this going to be shared everybody? I doubt it. And or analysis of the Pearl Harbor or Hawaii analysis is accurate? I doubt it. So it means what is the final goal is okay, we're going to defeat America, or we're going to attack Pearl Harbor, we're going to attack gunship. What is the objective? Depends on the objective. Is different. Result is different. At that time, everybody very vague objective they had. That's the reason I think, based upon my observation, unbelievable what they did. Right?
I understand from the videos that I saw that also there was a lot of misinformation going back to Japan about the attack on Pearl Harbor and the effectiveness that it had.
Like at that time, Nagumo is general. They decided only attack gunship is good enough. He believed, I believe, and so they feel he just. But for I myself, we try to consider get information from espionage, and like a spacecraft is at a port or not, just wait a couple of weeks or some consideration should be needed, and also what is the objective? If you want to win the war, or if you want to what do you want? So this is very big. And the Japanese pitfall is if they decide a date, they can't change.
Right.
And if they decided the size of army or to attack, they cannot change. No flexibility. And also, whenever he going to attack, and first attack, second attack, third attack, always they need to ask for headquarters. This is another problem. If you go into headquarters, they don't understand the current situation is. So they just worrying about some stop attack or something they happen. But who knows best? Maybe nobody knows the true fact or true information.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So this is kind of sort of thing.
That sounds more like it, actually, that nobody knew the true situation, or people were deliberately gambling with the lives of others and just took a risk because of they didn't care about the outcome of the Pearl Harbor. They just wanted to incur as much losses to the American army as possible at the expense of I don't know how many more, but because in their minds they created a world in which if Japan wouldn't do that, then Japan would lose the war or something. They created their own vision of the world without actually looking into details, without separating facts between facts and fiction, and just created their own model of the world, and that was the reality for them.
It was at that time they wanted to win against America. Attacking approach is different.
You think